I wanted to welcome everybody to a summer edition of the Local Memo, this time with Kelly and myself. Mike and Casey are out this week, but that's okay because we're going to be taking you through some news items. The first item that we wanted to talk to you about this week has to do with a fairly big announcement the other day that Yelp is partnering officially with ChatGPT. So Yelp is going to be feeding data into ChatGPT, including reviews, photos, and the request a quote feature is also going to be showing up inside of the ChatGPT interface with links back to Yelp for all of those things. So Yelp is officially licensing its reviews for the 8 million or so businesses that are listed on Yelp, as well as ratings, photos, business information to OpenAI, giving OpenAI customers access to the full range of Yelp data. This is something that you should, begin seeing, I guess, soon. One of the questions that immediately occurred to me when I heard this news was that now we know we have an official relationship between Yelp and OpenAI, which didn't exist before, but for a long time now, Yelp content has been showing up in ChatGPT answers when you ask it to recommend a local business. You're going to see links back to Yelp, Yelp review, citations, etc. So, there's a question in my mind of how different this is actually going to seem to the consumer. But it is important to note that these two, companies that are leaders in their respective spaces are kind of now partnering together to, improve access to Yelp content through ChatGPT to improve the user experience on ChatGPT for local queries. So there's kind of a mutual benefit for sure in the partnership. You have thoughts about that, Kelly?
Yeah, that's a really good point of how much is it really going to even change for the end user. The person who's asking the question about local business, they might not realize that anything has changed on the back end, regarding Yelp's relationship. But it is huge news for Yelp and for multi-location businesses. If you aren't paying attention to Yelp in your local business, you definitely should. I think this is hopefully giving you the ammo and the encouragement that you need to start, paying attention to Yelp, answering your reviews there, filling out your profiles, making sure you have those claimed, and really doing your due diligence to have those profiles, optimized.
Yeah, and I thought it was kind of a good opportunity to underline the fact, that when we talk to multi-location brands about Yelp these days, often we talk about the value of the Yelp distribution network as being at least equal to the value of Yelp as a destination site. And
Hmm.
this is just one more, now kind of more official
A data
certified
point, yeah.
endpoint for that. And by the way,
Hmm.
Yelp has also done deals in the past with Perplexity, and the Yelp content has shown up in AI contexts for a while now. But Yelp also has reviews showing up in Bing results. They have their official partnership with Apple Maps, so it
Yep, I was
shows
going to
up
bring that up too. Yep.
there. Yelp reviews show up in DoorDash. I mean, there's many, many places where if you're kind of on the fence about whether Yelp is relevant for you as a brand, you should definitely remember that people are seeing this Yelp content in all of these places, whether or not they're actually going to yelp.com to find it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's super important to remember all the places where your Yelp content goes. Like Apple Maps, I know you just brought up, that's one where I don't think a lot of people think about that one. And that's probably one of the bigger ones too. So,
Yeah, absolutely.